Looking at these items being distributed as palliatives for political reasons, one can only imagine how much they cost. I will bet that even a fraction of that money would be enough to solve some of the major problems faced by the people. But no, those in power will not spend that money on projects that benefit everyone. Instead, they spend it on selected groups and hope those few will convince others to join their political train with the expectation that their turn will soon come. The money spent on these items is enough to build or renovate at least 10 schools, or construct health centers that would serve the educational and healthcare needs of several communities. But that is not the priority. They are not interested in long-term benefits for the people. They are only interested in short-term gestures that will move hungry Nigerians, who, out of desperation, are forced to think only about immediate survival. You see these women dancing in appreciation? Many of them may not care whether their neighbors are starving, whether their neighbors have no schools to attend, or whether their neighbors cannot afford health care, as long as what they received helps them provide for themselves temporarily. That is the kind of society we have unfortunately built, one where politicians pit citizens against each other, exploiting poverty and desperation to buy people's conscience. Greed, desperation, and poverty have become the ultimate tools that empower politicians to continue doing what they do. They weaponize poverty and use it to secure votes, knowing that hardship will push people to capitulate and sell their conscience. Yes, these palliatives may help the immediate beneficiaries for a short time, but the motives behind them remain highly questionable. A government that has failed to fulfill its campaign promises and has dragged a large portion of the population deeper into poverty has now devised another strategy, gathering small groups of beneficiaries to help consolidate power again so that another cycle of poor governance and waste of national resources can continue. Why is it always palliatives instead of infrastructure? Why? Bags of rice branded with the president's picture are being distributed to hungry Nigerians. Yet some of those receiving the rice may be diabetic, and excessive consumption could worsen their health conditions, forcing them to seek medical care that may not even exist in their communities. The same government that distributes the palliatives has neglected the healthcare infrastructure that could treat them if their condition worsens. Preventive medicine, accessible hospitals, and functional health centers would save more lives than these temporary gestures. Sadly, many citizens cannot afford proper healthcare because the government and its supporters prefer distributing palliatives over investing in sustainable health systems. When people continue to settle for crumbs, they are indirectly telling the government that they do not know their worth. And once leaders realize that the people are willing to settle for less, they will continue to exploit that weakness, offering small handouts while the nation's wealth is squandered. Meanwhile, the politicians and those spearheading these movements continue to live in luxury while their families enjoy comfortable lives abroad. Continue to sell your conscience today and return tomorrow to complain that your government has neglected you. The moment you sold your conscience for crumbs, you handed them the weapon they used to destroy your future.